This Indian billionaire is giving away $25 billion in mobile services for free. Everyone laughed, but 6 months later, he had swept aside three of his biggest competitors. Now, he controls 40% of the market. Here's how Mukesh Ambani pulled off the most brutal market takeover in history. In 2016, India's telecom market was in shambles. Data prices were among the highest in the world. Phone calls were dropping frequently, and internet speeds were abysmal. Then Mukesh Ambani decided it was time for a change. Ambani spent $25 billion building India's largest 4G network. But instead of charging the high prices his competitors had expected, he made an announcement that shook the entire industry. Everything would be free for 4 months. Unlimited 4G data up to 4 gigabytes per day. Free access to Jio's premium apps. All voice calls are free. Free SMS. Competitors thought he was committing commercial suicide. But the public reaction was total chaos. Queues stretched for kilometers outside Jio stores. The company was gaining millions of new users at a breakneck pace. They reached 16 million subscribers in just 1 month. A world record. Here's where Ambani's genius comes in. He wasn't content with offering a free service. He spent years building India's largest fiber optic network. Coverage of 18,000 cities, reaching 200,000 villages, extensive network infrastructure. While competitors laughed, he was building an empire. Traditional operators woke up to a harsh reality. They realized Jio's network was far superior to theirs. When customers experienced Jio's blazing speeds, they didn't want to go back. And here the panic began to spread. Competitors tried every possible way to stop Jio. They refused to provide connectivity points. They launched negative public relations campaigns. They filed regulatory complaints. They claimed that Jio was destroying the industry. But it was too late. The dam had broken. By December 2016, just 3 months after launch, Jio had acquired 50 million subscribers. Competitors had lost $23 billion in market value. Customers were migrating en masse. But Ambani wasn't done yet. After the free service period ended, Jio introduced pricing that shook the market. Data prices dropped to around rupees 50 per gigabyte. The entire industry was forced to match these prices or exit the market. This led to one of the biggest mergers in telecom history. Vodafone merged with Idea. Aircel declared bankruptcy. Tata Teleservices was sold to Airtel. The number of major players in the market fell from 10 to just 4. And Jio? It was just getting started. Jio's real strategy wasn't just about offering a free service. It was about digital transformation. They wanted to change the way 1 billion Indians live. Online shopping, access to education, making payments, content consumption, accessing healthcare services, and the telecom move was just the beginning. Competitors who had scoffed at the free offering are now struggling to survive. Airtel's average revenue per user, ARPU, fell by 25%. It fell by 35% for Idea. The market is no longer the same. Jio's real genius wasn't just in changing prices. It was Ambani's ability to build trust at scale. While competitors spent millions on marketing, Jio let its actions speak for themselves. Superior infrastructure, customer-first pricing, long-term vision. That's why I love this story so much. We've spent the last 2 years helping founders build trust at scale, too. But without spending billions, you don't need an infrastructure like Jio or the Ambani fortune. Here's how you can build trust at scale and become a dominant force in your industry. With content that is authentic and genuine, shows your expertise and authority, creates real connections with your customers. Your personal brand becomes a competitive advantage. Once you build trust at scale, all your business goals from sales and hiring to investing become 10 times easier. This Indian billionaire is giving away $25 billion in mobile services for free. Everyone laughed, but 6 months later, he had swept aside 3 of his biggest competitors. Now, he controls 40% of the